Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest, and this is the 6 p.m. video, beginning of the month, or actually beginning of the week for Monday. So I always talk about my top weekly picks for both US and Canada, and this week we're going to talk about the top market cap stocks for both countries. A lot of people still want to know what's going on with some of the big stocks. Should they still be in them? Should they still be holding them? So today, I'm going to give you my top weekly picks for both the US and Canada of top market cap picks. All right, let's get right into the software. And we're going to start off with the US market. Looking at the new US market, what I looked for specifically were the top stocks the top market cap stocks, but then I wanted to make sure that they were fundamentally sound. I wanted to make sure that they were all up in an uptrend. Ooh, notice that a couple of them are not, but I also wanted to look at the earnings growth. Since earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher, I wanted to make sure that they had good earnings growth and good sales growth. Normally, I'd like the sales growth to outweigh the earnings growth. For the most part, they do, especially with NVIDIA, but not for all of them. They're all none of them are sell recommended stocks, and they all have VSTs above one and CIs above one, which tells me for the most part, most likely they're going to go up more than they go down. So these are my top 5 picks for the US market. Now, there are some stocks that are higher capped than some of these stocks. Absolutely. I'm giving you, based upon the analysis, some of my picks that I like for you in this space. All right, I'm going to graph these all. Now, keep in mind, the market pulled back and then started going back up again. I just did a video this week about looking at the primary wave, which is the fastest indicator we have. Couple that up with the underlying trend of the market, or the MTI. The primary wave is up. The MTI is still below 1. So I still want you to keep your eyes on why some of these stocks are pulling back. But I'm looking at an old friend graph of mine, looking at GETJR swing trade, looking at the 20-day exponential moving average. Look at that. Beautiful volume and earnings per share. All right. I don't want you guys to think that I forget about some of the other graph layouts that I've been talking about. I do like that the stock came off a level of support, broke through another level of resistance, testing as a level of support now, but it is overvalued, and it is above the 20-day. The volume looks pretty good, but I love the earnings per share. All right, so NVIDIA is on my list, believe it or not. Next one is Amazon. That's a beautiful looking equity curve. Bottom left, top right, pulled back, found its way back below the level of the 20-day exponential moving average, now bounced off a solid level of support back above. Volumes picking up. Love the earnings per share. What else is in here? JP Morgan. Always got to have a bank or a healthcare company in here. Bottom left, top right, pulled back above the 20-day. I would really like to see if the stock can come back above this most recent level of resistance, sitting at about $200.22. Love the earnings per share. Something else, the volume is falling. I'd also keep my eye on that. I'd like to see a little bit more conviction, but I love the equity curve. Eli Lilly's got earnings this week. Prior to earnings, in a channel. Volume is falling off a little bit, but there's earnings per share. Earnings per share looks good. I like the bounce off support. I'd keep my eye on that, and I'd definitely look to see if it can get above that level of the 20-day exponential moving average. Microsoft already reported nice little hammer formation right here. A little down day to day, but still above this level of support. Love the earnings per share. All right, so those are my 5 picks by way of market cap for the U.S. market. Down below as well, you can clearly see that, the group overall fundamentally sound, earnings growth of 29% for the whole group as well. So those are my US stocks. Let's move over to Canada. Canada is a little different. They still have big market cap stocks, so I just looked at them and I did the same analysis. Are they fundamentally sound? CIs show me that they go up more than they go down. None of them are sell recommendations. Let's go over to the earnings growth rate. Good earnings growth rate. And again, not all of the sales growths outweigh the earnings growth rate, but these are good fundamentally sound stocks. RTs, 4 of them have RTs above 1. Shopify, fundamentally sound, not quite in an uptrend yet, but all of them are top VST stocks as well. Let's graph those. I'm going to have a different graph layout. Over here, we're going to use the MPI. Bottom left, top right, take that off and take that off. Bottom left, top right, pull back, but nicely above the trend line. It broke back up. I like that. No trigger yet, but definitely I do have trend. I'd look to see if it can continue to move higher. Wow, Amazon looks good. Bottom left, top right, trend. No trigger. Pull back, hammer formation, nicely moving up. I like the rebound coming up off of this level of support. Let me put that on right here. Horizontal line. Level of support where it gapped down. Where we gapped up from. So I do no trigger yet. No trigger, but I do have trend. Remember, I'm looking for good quality stocks. BN Brookfield Corporation. I like that we just got trend again. We're about to get trigger. I like the rebound. I'd love to see it take out this 3-month high, but definitely on the rise. A little down day today. One day doesn't make a trend. Like the rebound. I like that trend is kicking in and that trigger might be kicking in as well. TRI, beautiful level of support. Bottom left, top right, beautiful level of support. A little bit of a sideways move right now. Actually, I'd like to see it get above the 212.75. We do have trend, even though it's dissipating. Little sideways move. I'd love to see if it can get back above that level. Remember, still high, not momentum, but high market cap stocks. This is going to be an interesting one. I see the nice low movement on RT down here. That crosses. That really gives me a good feeling about Shopify in the Canadian market. Now, there's a trend line. We're going to probably close below that. All right, we're going to probably. So why is this on the list? Because again, it is a fundamentally sound stock. It's got an RT below 1, but I think it's going to have the propensity to go back up as a large cap stock. With that being said, folks, a little short to the point. My top 5 weekly picks by market cap. And again, I know that there's other stocks that are on the list from market cap, but I wanted to point out the ones that I really like for you to keep your eyes on. Folks, this video is over. And until the next time, see ya. Hey, VV Nation, Glenn here. I want to invite you to our next International User Group Forum, which takes place Saturday, May 4th, 2024. It's going to start at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. What are we going to talk about? Well, we're going to talk about the urgent global market review presented by Rick Franklin, the Canadian consultant. And number 2, your keynote speaker will be yours truly. And I'm going to talk about 3 simple approaches to cherry picking stocks that are on the move. Folks, you need to come out. It's one of our most widely visited live streams that we have, and we have a lot of fun, but there's a lot of stuff to cover globally. You don't want to miss that. Hope to see you there.